Today we're going to be reviewing the Btla Metallics 24 eyeshadow palette. When I review a new product, I usually look at four main things: packaging, color story, formula quality, and how easy it is to remove. So let's start with packaging. So this is how it looks like. So it comes with this outer box that we can just remove, and this is how packaging looks like. It's basically hardened cardboard. So we have, of course, the name right in front, and then we have all of the ingredients at the back. Now I'm gonna show you guys how it looks like on the inside. Ta-da! So there's a plastic, of course, that always falls out. And then look at all of those colors. It even comes with its own makeup brush. Now I know it looks used because I already used it all over my face. I used it on my eyes, my cheeks, and even on my lip. There's also a huge mirror here, which is always a plus. I mean, it just makes it so much easier. I mean, you're using it, there's a mirror, you know, it's just a no-brainer. Let's talk about color story. Now, as you guys can see, there are a lot of different colors. I mean, it goes from pure white, and then it becomes more neutral, and then it becomes rose gold to gold, and then from here we start at peach, it becomes pink, a darker pink, and then we have a purple right there, and then down here we have the more cool tones, so we have the blues, and then it becomes more earthy with the greens and more of the bronze looking colors. So I mean, the color story on this, it's pretty good. I mean, it's so diverse. You can create so many different looks. That's also why I used it so much on my face. I used the pinky colors on my eyes, also the copper earthy colors as well. And then on my cheeks, I used the pinky peachy colors. And then on my lips, I used the red colors. So color story wise, I think this is really beautiful. It's such a beautiful combination of colors, and you can really have so much fun with it, come up with so many different looks. Color story wise, I think they did such a great job picking all the different colors. I mean, they didn't just give you, you know, nudes or pink colors, which is usually what, you know, eyeshadow palettes would give you. They gave you cool tones, warm tones, earthy colors, bright colors. This gives you a beautiful variety of colors, and you can create so many different looks. You can do day looks, night looks, colorful looks. I mean, the possibilities are endless just because the color story is just so diverse. Now let's get into the formula. So I'm going to swatch a few on my hand so you guys can see just how it swatches. And honestly, this looks so beautiful. I mean, it's so pigmented, very metallic. It looks like foiled metallic, which is something that's very beautiful. And the pigmentation, I mean, this is pigmented, especially for something that's metallic, and it even gives you such a beautiful shine. Let's swatch more colors so you guys can see. So I picked the earthy colors. Oh, look at that blue. Look at how smooth that formula looks. I think the formula of the metallic shadows is really great. I think it went on smoothly, it blends out beautifully, and the pigmentation is there. I mean, usually with metallic shades, it's not super pigmented, but with these, I mean, look at that. That's just so beautiful. The colors just pop. The only issue I see with this formula is the fallout. I mean, there's kickback on the palette, and there's also fallout on my face when I used it, so maybe just be careful when you use it. But honestly, fallout is okay with me, considering, you know, all my other metallic shades also have a lot of fallout, so it's not really an issue for me. But if you guys are the type to have a problem with fallout, then this is probably not the palette for you. Now let's test out how easy or how hard it is to remove the eyeshadow from my hands. I have experienced removing eyeshadow, and it leaves, you know, pigment on the skin, and it's kind of hard to remove, so I'm hoping that doesn't happen with this palette. So I'm going to be using two different ways to remove the eyeshadow. This one is a makeup wipe, and this one is the Cray Q Puff. So let's start with the makeup wipe. So this is something that a lot of us use. So I'm gonna start, let's do the bottom half with this makeup wipe. Let us remove. Okay, so it's not really removing. Not really. I mean, there are certain colors that are still here, and it kind of looks like it's just moving the glitter around. I don't know if you guys can see, and I feel like it's not gonna get that. Look at that. I'm trying to get the pigment out, and you can kind of still see the eyeshadow on it. So I don't know, I'm hoping I can remove this, but it doesn't seem like this is something that's going to happen. I mean, it removed most of it, but not this color for some reason. Maybe the red pigment is just so strong, it just can't do it. Oh, there's also a little left here. Maybe that will remove. I don't know, I feel like this is the best I can do, but I can still see two colors. So I can still see the green and is that orange? I don't know why it's not removing. But anyway, so I guess this is a pretty long-lasting eyeshadow. I mean, I have been wearing this for about 5 hours and it still looks pretty good, still shiny. So I mean, I understand why this isn't happening. Anyway, so now let's use the Q-Puff. So with the Q-Puff, you just have to dip it into some water and then, you know, squeeze out the excess because we don't want to make a mess. Okay, so I'm gonna be using the Q-Puff to remove the ones up here. So I'm just going to press it down. As you guys can see, it actually removed quite a bit. So let's try one more time. There you go. It actually even removed some of the pigment there at the bottom, the ones that the wipe didn't get. And my hand looks pretty clean. A bit wet, but it is nice and clean. This is the eyeshadow on the wipe. It's not that much, but most of it is actually on the Q-Puff. And I really like how the Q-Puff even got the eyeshadow pigment that the wipes did not end up removing. So I'm very, very happy about that. I don't think this eyeshadow is hard to remove, but it's not easy to remove either. I think it's right there in the middle because even with the Q-Puff, after going through it once, I had to do it again, and that's when it really removed every single thing. With a makeup wipe, it just did not remove everything. So with this one, I highly suggest you guys use the Q-Puff and not a makeup wipe to remove the makeup. Overall, I think this is a great metallics eyeshadow palette. The packaging looks so ethereal. The color story is also something really beautiful. You have warm tones, cool tones, and you even have peaches, pinks, blues. There's just so many different looks that you can create with this. You can do a day look, you can do a night look, and the formula is also very, very high quality. There is a bit of fallout, but I don't think it matters as much because these perform really well, very pigmented, and they're also kind of okay to remove too. So overall, this is a really, really great palette, and I do highly recommend it to all of you, especially if you like playing around with a lot of different colors, if you like sparkly things, if you like glittering, if you like looking this shiny. This is definitely the palette for you.